da trame jege pa la lo je sa da la ge yan de ra zo ne do je
Tashidele, everyone. Please listen the Dharma with vast motivation of bodhicitta, thinking that I would like to become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings.
Tene da rengaso to zonglin no da liu tang ba pe na sok ten be liu re ti na ne da pe na sok se pe number 2 to ba tem re ti na ne shi ba yin ji kong do song ne da de ring pe nga ba di tene shu yi ka so ba ba re.
So we are still working on the sutra of the wise and foolish, and first chapter, which is the chapter of presenting various metaphor or example. And in this chapter, there are 6 different metaphors or histories, and we have already done 4 of them. Today we are at the 5th, on the 5th.
Dene da hati 저기 좀 된데 xianyang kalba zhangme ce meba debi parulna di ce di duna sida kalba zhangme begi parul dindi duchigla kapchigla du kapchigla yul varanasi dir 장송 ngaja shikne de da 장송 ngaja damba je group chige 장송 대덕이 뜸바 대덕이 뜸바 오벨라 시제와데 담배 최럽진 곰발라 가위 근도 주신 솔라 담배 최여바데 달라 메나 지등 지대바 이신도 진신 욕조 시작바당 셈 다 장송대 있나요? 코란도 공소다 편제를 치료배 장송임레마다 낭백이 장송 인사면서 말로 되네 디나네 장송 좀봐 조디되네 담배기 주 낭배기 주 되네 제약이 되봐요. 되네 이나요 낭배기 주 담배기 주 남긴 마토네 되네 가서 갈라 죽대 되바래 되도 요네 되네 ngala 담배기 주 낭배기 주 숨긴지에나 되네 코랑을 강 되바 푸 되네 욕냥 되네 셔지에 슈기 되네 드럭 찹적 뭐 땅벌에도 시 잡아상세.
And to continue on the sutra, again, these the gods of the Brahma realm, they told Buddha, again says, Bhagavan, again, countless eons ago, immeasurable eons ago, here in this Varanasi, there was 500 rishis, or Tangsong is Tibetan word, which is the translation of Sanskrit rishi. If you are familiar with this word, if not, usually this is translated in English as sage, S-A-G-E, sages. So now, countless eons ago in Varanasi, right here, there were 500 sages living here, and they have one teacher whose name is Upala, teacher Upala. And then I think they are not Buddhists at that time, but somehow the teacher of this group of the rishis, 500 rishis, was very much interested in Dharma, Buddha Dharma, and he liked to learn, and also he liked to meditate and practice. But somehow there was no one who could teach him the Sat Dharma or the noble Dharma, sacred Dharma. So he was looking around everywhere for someone who could teach him the Dharma. And then finally he didn't find, so he made an announcement. He said, whoever have Dharma and whoever can teach me, I will offer him or her whatever he or she wishes for. And also I will serve him as his slave. So he made this announcement. So.
Tene di tildak chapdak di gowa dang, tene di tene damse shik terong di, damse shik le ne, tene dela digi jemne so, dagla dambi chi yue di, tebar dana tenbar jao shemne badang. Ngala dambi ki chi, tene nangbi ki chi yue, tene da su dang su nyen du yue na yang, tene nge sheki sene damse digi di labara. Shemre badang. Changsong de tue ne telma jar de digi che soldo di tue badang changsong ki tumba di. Tene labba telma jar ne shuwa bewa na. Dagla tuk tsewe le do dambe che tendo sol shemre badang. Tuk tsewa chimbe ngala dambe che songro chi sene shuwa re shemre badang. Damse mreba, damse di kari labaratana, che loba yang shindu kati, che lobjong jeya di, da dende jik tobya di lobjong jene tobaru, lobjong jeya di, zeya di dene, pe kale khabo chik dang, yun limbo chik dang, dene kangel bezo chimbegi chone, lobjong di tobare mato, le lobo toba mare, dungel mangbo nyongwe, che loba yingi, dungel mangbo jik tene, kangel mangbo jik kedo se, kangel mangbo jik kerne tene, che loba re mato, che sekende rangshingi, she deya jik dan rangshingi, top deya jik yo mare, senaraba. Di zamgi che tebar teba nerikba mayino, 대인당 최랑양 대지 내 강조 최퇴고나 되네 강일 대지직 동일 대지직 되네 강조 켈고레 마도 되네 강일당 동일 강양 제 마고 발라 되네 최도 초조요 말에 쓰는 잠세디 이르바르다 리바 마이노 kø닝네 퇴바르 최 퇴바르 되나 코요 고와신도 죄시 이된다 저랑닝 타반네 최라 되바당 매바연 톱대기 매바이나 되는 게 가래 라바디 저랑 제거래 네 가래 셔바디 냥거래 쓰는서 장성기 매바 뜸바 첨보 가신도 미겔와르 기오세 다치 뜸바 첨보 저랑기 가래 까낭바 데데네 까당 갈와 매바니 두기 세네 슈바렌도.
So when this rishi made the announcement, a Brahmin came to there, and the Brahmin said to the rishi that, I have Dharma. If you would like to study Dharma or learn Dharma, I can teach you. So when Brahmin said that, the rishi became very happy, and then he put his palm together in Anjali Mudra, and then he says, please consider me with your great compassion and please teach me the Dharma. So when the rishi said this to Brahma, Brahma said again, it is not easy to learn Dharma. I also had gone through many hardship, many suffering. So after going through all these hardships and suffering, I have learned Dharma, what I know right now. If you really want to know Dharma from the depth of your heart, then just to asking for Dharma is not enough. You should do whatever I said. And then the rishi said, sure, great teacher, I will definitely do according to your command. Whatever you said, I will do without any going against it. Lasso.
Yeah. 대시엠레 바당 델라 디게제 고 갈데 케기 빡바슈 셔랑기 류디 빡바슈 대 쇼쇼도지 쇼바지 쇼부지 르바 셔랑기 류니 르바 때네 디 뉴구지 셔랑기 류니 타 때네 대 낙사제데 되네 게 땐비 최디 이게를 디나 되네 컬러 최 시기 되네 송 점세디므레 바네 셈레송 되네 장송데 되게 젬레 바 퇴네 랍도 셈 거거든 구어당 이랑데 대신식비 땜발라 꾸르디 저위 치를 빡바슈네 르발라 뉴고르 제데 탁 낙서르지 저르네 다 상지게 템발 진시비 템발 샵도슈위기 되네 뒤라바바레 삼네데 코랑 학바르 가와 또와 쳔버게 바레 줄로 녀르도 송시 제메바당 어니 저랑게 까대가랑 두게인다 최대 강조조 송로치스 슈바당 되네 잠세데 식수제바 디덕 메소 되네 잠세디사 식수제바디 송바레 류기 좀 쮸바 랍담싱 속죄 꾸당 예미자 참마 준당 식수당 젤밤나워 미자오 되바 남람 미착싱 셰당 셈장 내버자 년바를 따와 근방나 장조선비 줘봐오 선에서는 이쇼로가니 송마 쇼로가니 린던데 대시질라죠.
So when the rishi said to the Brahman that I will listen and I will do exactly what you say, please teach me the Dharma, then the Brahmin said to the rishi, says, if you can peel off your skin and make it as a paper, And if you can make a pen out of your bone, and if you can take blood as a ink, and if you can write it down, whatever I teach you, with this method, with your bone as a pen, with your blood as a ink, and with your skin as a paper, then I will teach you the Dharma. So when the Rishi heard this Brahma saying this, he became very happy. He was rejoiced, and then he thought this is a time to pay respect and service to the teaching of Tathagata. So without any doubt, he peeled off his skin, and then he made a pen from out of his piece of his bone, and he took blood from his body, and he was ready to write down whatever is going to be taught by the Brahmin to him. And he taught, after he is ready with his blood, skin, and bone, and then he says, "Now it is time. Please teach me fast." When the Rishi told Brahmin this, then the Brahmin taught the following two stanzas. It says, "Lugi choba rabdamsing," which actually says, control well the physical conduct. And then next he says, don't take life, which means don't kill, and don't steal, and don't engage in the sexual misconduct, and then don't use divisive word, and don't lie, don't speak harsh words, and don't speak idle talk. And also it says, don't be attached to the desire, and make sure that you don't have any anger thought or angry thought. And you should give up all that view to wrong. If you do that, and that is the conduct of bodhisattva.
다디 셜로가 니낭라 가레된도세나 다 미게와 주빵 이야기 람다 탑템바레 데네 다데 르기 쮸바 랍담싱 세데가레 세기요레세나 데네 르기 쮸바 미게와디 데네 빵네 데네 강조 다 류기 쮸바 담네 담고레 세와레 다 간데스네 류기 쮸바 간데스네 담고레 세나 데네 류기 고네 데네 셈징기 속 쮸바 방고레 류기 고네 데네 마짐발렘바 방고레 류기고네 데네 되비게 로엠디 방고레 드는 송바레 다 대성들 다 속죄라 예와도 버제나 다 지당 몽보요레 이나 도르도 버제나 데네 강소 셰당기고네 속죄바 다 셰당 공르고네 속죄바 될 셰당기고네 속죄바 데네 샤사데당 빠바준데 라소비고네 속죄바들 대샤기고네 속죄바 데네 양 쳬로바 라소바 람로베 기신년 로바 라소바라 데네 속죄바디 티무기고네 속죄바 데네다 대샤기고네 속죄바 셰당이고네 속 티무기고네 속죄바 다 숨도바시 차게요레 다디 데네 방고레 선동을 데네 구어데라 양다 도르도 원드제나 구 자부 마짐발렘바세 다 연다 주노롱어보디 연다디 하마고와제네 구버데라 데네 자부 마짐발렘바 데네 양 왕기 맞음발에 뭐 답변볼라서 봐 왕예긴 왕세 예긴 되소게 되네 저랑 주등할 저거를 되네세네 되네 지디 마데나 녀바당 되네제네 렘바딜라다 돼서 왕기고네 맞음발에만 되네요 요즘 맞음발에 뭐 재미로 고거당 라서 봐 거네 되네 강소 mi ngobo thokpa dela tene yoji majimale ma se ta di tene majimale ma namba sum lyugi kone majimale ma namba sum die pangore sensong tene iem mi ja se ta logem la dyugi kone logem la yulgi kone logem la soba ta tene yewa mangbo yobare ta kangdar lyugi kone 속지바 마진발렘바 로긴 숨방네 되네 류기 dombasun 류기 고디 담고래 선데 숨만.
So in these two stanzas or two shlokas, basically the Brahman was teaching how to avoid or how to give up the 10 non-virtuous actions or 10 unwholesome actions, and how to cultivate the 10 virtuous action. So first word he says is control physical contact well, or which means in Tibetan the dham means bind, actually bind, but what it means is to control or to discipline yourself physically. So it says, Luki Choba Rabdamhing means by disciplining physical contact very well, then it says, don't kill, don't take what is not given to you. I use this because if you say don't steal, it doesn't cover whole thing in Tibetan. I will explain later. And then don't engage in the sexual misconduct. So these are the three actions that are related with our physical body out of the 10 non-virtuous actions. So even there are many different many different ways that you can kill others or you can take life of others, but usually we basically says 3 ways, which means you take life of others with anger, you take life of others with desire, and you take life of others with ignorance, basically with the 3 poisons. For example, if you take life of others in a war and so forth, that is the example that you take life of others with anger. And if you kill like animals to eat the flesh and drink the blood and to use the skin, and this is example of taking life of others with desire or attachment. And if you have been misled by a wrong teacher, and if you think it is a virtuous way of making some animal sacrifices, and from the Buddhist point of view, that is the taking life of others with ignorance, so forth. And then again the second one, Majimpa Lemba is I think better to translate taking what is not given. So stealing is one of them. So again, it has many different ways that you can do it, but usually we have 3 classification or divisions. One is called taking what is not given in secret. So this is what you are stealing, because when you steal someone's thing, then you try to get it without letting the owner knows. So this is one of them. And then another one is called the taking what is not given to you by power or by force. So this is like king or taking whatever he wants by force without any option of the honor and so forth. Oh, okay. And then another one is taking what is not given by deceiving others. Deceiving without, like for example, if you have a fake. What do you call this one? The thing, the way measurement, fake measurement, and so forth, and like that. Anyway, you are taking other people's material things by deceiving them. So these are the three classification of what is not taking what is not given. And then again, sexual misconduct, also there are many different ways of conducting it, such as like a wrong time, wrong places, and so forth. That's all.
다 류기 줘봐 담바 마세 되네 나기 줘봐 담고래 다 나기 줘봐 담네 나기 미게 와대 빵고야 빵에 치돌라 나기 줘봐 담고고요 그래서 나기 줘봐 가래도 나기 줘봐 남바시도 다 탐마당 준당 책주당 악첼셈 다 탐마는 세디다 yang kok ta dong ngan ta sin da de le gi ye wa che mang bo yo de da kok ta se de ne ba ru bo kok ne je ne ba ru bo me thum bo so ya dang de ne ngan ta se de da ngan so de ne kan ne shi ne jo wa jo lo na su gi ko ne shin me thum bo je ba de la da ta ma di bang ne da gong zo 참마 방네 되네 금바 둠바 다디 그래서 나기 줘봐 담바지 되네 준 방네 다 준라야 다 미실라 미준세야다 되네 다 되네 그래서 준첨보다 준총보다 다 되네 위와 망보여 봐라 되네 준디 빵네 데마마와 되네 그거 시나 되네 나기 줘봐 직담바로 왔다만 다 준빵 데마죠 되네 책주빵네 잠버마와 다 책주블라양다 이어워잖아 그거네 가시 책 전부 있나요? 전타 낙보지네 되네. 책 좀으로 와두고다. 가시 뭐마 되네. 책 좀비기 거네 셰발라서 받으래 요 몸에서. 다 강다량 바를 보닝라 되네. 포야기 깨자 다 전부 신나다 주부 신나다 꼭도 신나다 원도 신나다 바를 보닝라 되네 포야기 다 셈벌 포야기 계제시나 되네 식습작을 받는 대빵내 되네 책 전부 바로 닝라다 간서 가서 시링나네 되네 책 책줍라다 미상와다비 책당 천자답이 책당 되네 요는 다 책 전부 되네 정지답이 책당 되네 가요 되네 세월스 다 강다를 책 주보대 방네 책 전부 해야 돼 나기 담바직 나기 미개와 방네 나기 담바 되네 책결 젤버 책젤세긴다 최동 같은 비기 계자 되메기 계자 녀몽 펠위기 주 최라 버드제베 남행기 주르주베 대서 창마 되네 책젤스기 공소도고요래 대방내 되네 강소 최당된 비기 계자 시바 계획이 다 강소 람도 줄비기 기자시바 되라다 책질 브랑네 되네 된다데 말봐 다디 시리 브랑네 되네 강소 디 도초 개와디 담나 되네 나기 줘봐 담바 나기 줘봐 레퍼 강소 담바
So the first line, even it just says discipline physically well, it has to apply for speech and mind as well. So again, we can say discipline verbally well, verbally or speech. So usually when we talk about the 10 10 non-virtuous action or 10 virtuous action, 4 of them are related with our speech. And as you know, one of them is divisive talk or slanders, different translation. And also it has subdivision, like directly talking the divisive talk, or indirectly, let's say. For example, if when I say indirectly, means if there's 2 good friends, if you go to other one first and say something bad for the others one without letting the other knows, and then you go to the next one again and say something bad, that makes angry to them. That is called indirectly. And directly means in front of both of them. You say, oh, earlier you said so and so. Now you pretend to be a good friend, blah blah blah, like that, you know. So anyway, any talks that make that divide other things. That is concluded in the divisive thought or slanders. Therefore, we have to give up that, and indeed, instead, we have to make others who are not in harmony, try to bring them in harmonies. And this is one of the virtuous action related with our speech. And then lying or false speaking. So lying also have many different subdivision, like we usually say great lying or little lying or lying above the human dharma, and so forth. So anyway, if you say something that is not true, and that is lying. So by giving up lying, you should always try to speak the truth. And then that is how you practice related with your speech, second. And then third, ideal harsh words. Harsh words in Surita Lekha, Nagarjuna says, example he gives is like a hard words is like a weapon that can tear into part other people's mind. So no matter how well you speak or how nicely you speak, if still it hurts others, that is included in the harsh words. And then if something that makes others happy, and that is not harsh words. Therefore, Nagarjuna says the smooth words is like a honey. He says like a honey, and the harsh word is the opposite of smooth. Harsh and smooth. I just translate directly from Tibetan. Jamba is a jumbo. It's very smooth. So that's we call jumbo, means very peaceful words or something like that. So Nagarjuna says in his Surita Lekha, he says the nice word is like a honey, and then the harsh word is like weapons. So we should give up the words that is like a weapon that can cause other pain and then we should always try to speak a good words that can make other happy. And then idle talk. Idle talk is usually the meaningless gossip or meaningless chatting, but somehow it always brings up our klesha more and more. Therefore, whatever talks you are talking without any meaning, but it increases your kleshas, one of the kleshas, and that is considered to be the idle talk. Therefore, you should not engage in meaningless gossip. You should talk always meaningful, especially with the dharma things. That's all.
Oh, that didn't Cheba tamba ngagi cheba tamba nanshin tene yigi cheba ya tamgore ta yigi cheba kandese tamgore tamdang kandere karere damya karere na cheba namla michakshin seta tigi napsem segende bangore segido napsem segende karere na mi shengi junola tene sem chane di ngala thopna di ngala jungna di ngegi yinna sambal da di mishingi juno sem chawada la napsam se do di pang ne tene gangzo chakpa meba chikji. Tene shedang semjang mebarja, dahi digi karitsi tengusna, ne sem da mi shenla tene neba jibegi, neba kergi sembadi pangore, ne semde pangore, tegedo. Tene ne semgi ju 중공 자와디 가르즈나 시당 라테니 중기 윤상 데네 셴라 네비기 셈기 시자 시당디 방고레 메바체소 체고레 세 녜마르타와 꾼방나 다 녜마르타와데 벤제르 로다드고 다 최당 라말라 로다 디난신 레 줌레라 로다 다 로다야 넘어먹는 다 대소 되네 빵바 있나 되네 나기 제바 담바레 나기 동바라 이기 이기 제바 담바 이기 동바당 덴바 자도요레 되네 데 류가 이숨기 제바 미게와디 담 계획이 초소 줄나 되네 장조선 비춰봐 쓰기요래 제라 장조선 봐서기래.
And then first line again we have to apply for the mind also. So we should say like first, discipline your mind well, which means we have to give up all the non-virtuous actions that are related with our mind, and we have to practice all the virtuous action that is related with our mind. So out of 10, there are 3 of them which are related with our mind. And then here, in this text, it says very nicely, it says, means don't be attached to your desire. That is actually usually what we call napsem. So napsem is translated as a covetousness. So anyway, I think same meaning, but the definition of napsem is whenever you see something good in other people or others, then you wish that to be yours. This is the what we are called napsem. We usually, instead of rejoicing when we see, for example, if you see a good things in your friend's house, you wish how wonderful it will be if I can have that. You know, this kind of thinking is called napsem. So I think it has the same definition, covetousness. So anyway, so deba namala michashin means don't be attached to desire. That shows you should not have covetousness. And then instead you should always rejoice in other people's happiness, other people's goodness and so forth. And then second one is shetang sem kyang me parcha. It says make sure you don't have the mind of anger or hatred, which is again the angry, the maliciousness. We usually translate noesam in Tibetan. Noesam is a mind of harmful, but in English usually translated as a maliciousness. So I think, because I'm not very good in English, I hope it has the same definition of nosem. So anyway, if you wish others to be unhappy, that is what the nosem is. So you should give up that kind of things, that kind of mental thought, maliciousness. And then it says, if you give up all that view wrong, so that is a wrong view. So usually when we say wrong view, we have wrong view on Dharma, we have wrong view on Triratna, and we also can have wrong view on the cause and the effect. So if you have right view, then you are okay. So this actually shows all the 10 virtuous action and 10 non-virtuous actions. And then we should give up the 10 non-virtuous action, and we should practice, cultivate that 10 virtuous action. And you can do that, then that is the conduct of Bodhisattva. This is
책수 제바 대답 매마 타도 얘기 되네 전부 링근도 작대 미망보 탐지기 대라 롭진 지다를 땜바신는 낸된 제도 주고 좀 된데 대세 디드나야 샘지 망벨레도 최초로라 규비 툭 명하나 디지레도 최장마된 바를 탐지 용수 땅대 양해를 따워 공센 다 되는 짓으로도.
So again, the god of the Brahma rim are talking to Buddha. So after taught these two shlokas, right after it was taught, it was written down, and then it was announced all over the Jambudvipa. And then many people study these non-virtuous and virtuous actions, and then they practice well. So, of course, that was Buddha. So now the god of Brahma Rim says, Bhagavan, even at that time, you went through so much hardship in order to search the Dharma, and that you have never had any regret. Now, why you want to go into parinirvana by giving up all sentient beings? Okay, we stop here tonight. And then we do this very quickly because time is up. Okay.
Lama yeda khandra zola gyazon jo Ranzen donza chige kola gyazon jo Ma namkha danya be samje tamje Lama sangye rinpo chala gyazon jo Sangye chudan gende namla gyazon jo Lama yeda khandra zola gyazon jo Ranzen donza chige kola gyazon jo Ma namkha danya be samje tamje Lama sangye rinpo chala gyazon jo Sangye chudan gende namla gyazon jo Lama yeda khandra zola gyazon jo Ranzen donza chige kola gyazon jo Man be mo 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 man be man be mo 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 man be O man be mo 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 man be Tendane da joybe sevayaso semje yeme devene namga jiden kanzo joyvara mai gyureji chidar sheme tebe sejaji kejeje la lezendraje Soro nege doima jenyeba Jiden kanzo joyvara mai gyureji Chida jenje kainan zebayandar Nege menza tebe trajebe Nije bayadan taiberen zoyge Lüje gönla ne baraya may yürayce Ne begere tonra yejodan Lobur yen roson yen rojodan Şeca zaye ne lazobayi Lüce gönla sevara may jürece le san de wa ma lu tro je be chung je tro be do ngan je nye ma le je je da no de ba da se ne me de ge de ba ra jo lama go jo so ye de ba da khan ro je jo so me ne do da le de lo wa me be de do ye mo mo la da je do ba ra jo ya lama go jo so ye do je da khan ro je jo so me ne do da le de lo wa me be de do ye mo wa na la da je do ba ra jo lama go jo so ye do je da khan ro je jo so me ne do da le de lo wa me be de do ye mo wa na la da je do ba ra jo.
Longevity of His Holiness. Gyal kun yin je
Ranzo karma ba jaga tene jide karma ba jaga donzo wangre karma ba oye randon tene jage so si je banjara malo jove je tobe temba yone neba teze jebe gewa tamba na banjara geje yore shabden so chunga Khenpo Ugyen Tenzin Tharge Jo Kalpa Jo Samye So Chodo Zeje.
Our regular dedication and Tashi prayer. Sonam Deye Tamje
Sikwa Nye Thomne Nye Ben Rana Pamje Ne Kega Naje Bala Trubai Sibe Solen Roga Nyorga Jo Jambal Pawa Chitra Khenpo Da Kondo Sambo Teya Deshin Deda Kunye Jeso Dalo Jen Gewa Deda Tamje Rabdo
Sangye Kusum
Nyebe Jena Da Chenye Mingyara Tembe Jena Da Gende Meche Tembe Jena Chidaramo Molan Ruparasho Duje Leja Jare Tene Ba Karma Bade Tembe Nyingbo Chodara Kunja Jaje Chenye Chetawa Rabbe Bebe Rashi Sho.
One more dedication following His Holiness. Dane Gewa Tamje Do Nyame Tabo Kagyu Kepara Banden Karma Chizu Yendo Mendra Sho.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.